There's so many vendors that are complementary, and at the end of the day, it's for the partners to choose.
Grow my business, reduce risk, and gain efficiencies.
Hey everybody, welcome to Technically Unraveled. I'm Kristen Fehrenbach, the Senior Director of our Microsoft Go-to-Market business here at Pax8. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot of content for you. I do want to make sure that you like, share, subscribe. We've got a ton of stuff coming up for you in 2024, and you're not going to want to miss out. So we've talked a lot about CoPilot for M365 launching in the channel. We gave you like a little quick snippet of a video when we had our Microsoft executives in our headquarters recently. But I want to do a deep dive into that video. Hillary was lucky. I really was so excited that Hillary was able to spend some time with us. So let's go ahead and roll that video and then we'll dive in after.
Hi, Hillary. Thanks for being here at Pax8 Studios in our Pax8 headquarters. And we're happy to host you and the rest of the Microsoft North American leadership team.
Oh, thanks, Angelica. We're thrilled to be here. Pax8 are such an important partner to Microsoft, and thank you for being so welcoming.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about all the buzz and how AI adoption and how SMBs are getting ready when it comes to AI adoption?
We know AI is just hugely transformative for our customers of all sizes. It's having a huge change in so much business value creation. I think Gartner said there's going to be in the trillions in terms of business value from AI, and the way it's helping customers is absolutely amazing. So for SMBs in particular, I often get asked that, is AI more for the enterprise? And we absolutely know that that's not true. When we look at SMBs in the US alone, over 50% of the customers are already using AI in some shape or form. So I am so thrilled this week that we made a big announcement, CoPilot, which is Microsoft's assistant that is using AI infused in all of our products. It is now available for SMBs, and it's going to have a huge impact. So we're really excited. Just one thing I want to say about SMBs, though, they really are the lifeline of our economy. If you look at the SMBs around the world, it makes up 99% of the organizations out there. And in the US, over 50% of the employees alone. So SMBs are the lifeline of our economy. And SMBs typically tend to be more nimble. They tend to be more fast in terms of adopting technology. And of course, that's going to be the case with AI. And so we're just excited that we've got this great solution designed for SMBs, and they can get started right away this week. So yeah. Big week for us.
When CoPilot did GA, it was for the enterprise before, and a lot of our MSPs who cater to the SMBs, a lot of acronyms in that sentence, to the SMBs, were excited also, and we took them into an AI readiness path, and we have our own AI readiness framework at Pax8, and I know it aligns with what Microsoft recommends as AI readiness. Can you talk about that a little bit when it comes to getting AI ready or CoPilot ready for the SMB?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Pax8, because you guys didn't wait. When we came out with CoPilot in November for the enterprise, you got started. And those MSPs and your partner channel, you've been out there from day zero helping those partners and taking feedback. So huge thank you to them. When we look at what we have in front of us in terms of AI, it is such a huge opportunity for our partners in our channel. Our customers have so much that they need to do to get AI ready, and Pax8 have really done a great job of getting out there, driving education, thought leadership when it comes to things like data, security, compliance, governance. Think about that as an SMB goes to roll out AI in their organization, they need to make sure that all of their data is secure and that they've got the right governance structure around it internally as well as externally. So when I think about the opportunities for partners, like you've seen here at Pax8, we're starting to see new service lines, new offers going to market around securing data, moving data completely to the cloud. There's so many new services for partners. And so it's just been great to see Pax8 out in front of it and helping our MSPs to get after this to help our SMB customers. So thank you.
Part of that, we're also part of the early adopters of CoPilot. The whole organization of Pax8 North America have adopted CoPilot for M365. We have what we call our $1 a day story for North America when it comes to CoPilot. And I wanted to ask you that, being also an adopter of CoPilot for M365, what is your favorite CoPilot feature or what we call your $1 a day story when it comes to
I love
CoPilot
that.
M365?
So I've been using CoPilot since November, and I've heard this from other users who are in the early adopter program that 77% said once they use CoPilot, they can't live without it. I consider myself one of those users. So I think as I'm getting deeper into using CoPilot, it may change, but right now, of course, CoPilot for Teams, game changer. Meeting recap is huge. Not only if you join a meeting late, I always try to be punctual, but if I am late, I can quickly see what did I miss and I'm not interrupting the flow of the meetings. But also if I'm not on a meeting, I can easily see what happened. And so what I've observed with the team that I'm working at Microsoft is we are getting to decisions faster. People are more included. So that meeting notes is like really important, and it takes the drudgery. Like when you're hosting a meeting, you don't have to worry about taking notes. It's all there for you from CoPilot. But there's one more feature that I love, which I stumbled across actually in December, and that is CoPilot for PowerPoint. And my gosh, what a game changer that is for me. Like creating slides. I actually just went in and gave a prompt to say, create a presentation on this topic for this audience, and it just somehow magically took all of my data that was available, and it spit out the most beautiful presentation with good recommendations, very clear. I would have spent hours doing something like that. And so I think CoPilot for PowerPoint is really, really helpful. So I would encourage people to play around with that. And I know as I get deeper in CoPilot, I'm just going to get into other features. There may be others, but those are the two that I love.
It's safe to say, for those that are still on the fence, because this is the week that it went GA to CSP and also for our SMB customers, right? And they're still on the fence saying, I wonder if those features actually do work, because we've seen videos, documentation, but we haven't really tried it. What would you tell them to go try it, and why they should build it into their organization?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that, you know, for anyone who's on the fence, I say just get your hands on it and get started. Perhaps pick a few users in your organization as an SMB where you feel it's going to have the most impact in terms of saving time, making them more productive, faster time to decision. Perhaps just pick 5 to 10 users in your company and just get started and see what the feedback is. It's amazing because it was the same for me. I often heard about CoPilot, but it wasn't until I was using it that I saw, you know what, a lot of the drudgery of my day-to-day work is now being offloaded, probably about 30% in CoPilot. So I say just get started and pick those users, learn from it so you can start slow and go broader as you go. I think that's a good approach.
Part of the readiness that we see in messaging from Microsoft, security is attached very closely to AI readiness. It's never just one or the other. If you can talk to a little bit more, what are the implications for the end customers and also the managed service providers if they don't, I guess, lead with security when it comes to AI readiness and adoption?
It's really critical, and it's the foundation as we go forward with AI for a customer, for an MSP. We need to ensure that our customers have a very strong security posture, and that is absolutely crucial. There are certain recommendations that every customer needs to have in place before they go. What I like about what I've seen with Pax8 and many MSPs is you guys have already started on this journey long ago, and we're seeing so many customers using technologies like Business Premium with Microsoft 365, or E3 or E5, which gives them the foundational security elements that they need. But SMBs need to ask themselves, how do they feel about their data? Is it secure? How do they feel about conditional access internally? Do they have a strong multi-factor authentication? So there's just some basic things that SMBs need to have in place. And so it's exciting to see our MSPs getting out there with managed security service offerings, with great services to help get that foundation in place. And so that is critical for any organization that's looking to AI, especially in SMB, where they may not have a security operations center, security staff. Correct. And there's such great value with the Microsoft 365 Business Premium offering. And we're just seeing that as a great offer for SMB customers.
And if they're not sure, security assessments are offered by Microsoft for the SMB as well, and not just for for the enterprise customer. Is that correct?
Yeah, great point. So we do security assessments every day, and it's amazing. And it's something that is really important to our SMBs, and it's available at scale, and MSPs can take advantage of that. And so, yep, that is available.
Yep, that is free of service. So, yep,
Yeah,
that's just Microsoft underlining again, security is a must, and it's very important. It's important to Microsoft, and it's important to us.
Yes.
So, I guess just to wrap it up very quickly here, again, thank you for being with us here at our headquarters. One last question for the managed service providers out there that are looking to take on this new technology. Why should they work through the channel or through the indirect providers such as Pax8 when it comes to helping and enabling them through this AI journey?
Yeah, when I talk to partners that are working through an indirect provider, they often tell me, like, there is so much in running CSP. There's so much enablement. There's so much to stay up to speed on. It is too much. And so what I love about what Pax8 are doing is you're really going big on enablement. Like, I know in the coming months, there's just going to be even more and more enablement blitz days. You are an expert in helping an MSP to build out that practice. And so an MSP will have that safety net of your guidance, the enablement that you provide. And there's so much that's changing, even just some of the licensing. So I think it makes sense for an MSP to partner with an indirect provider wherever possible, because there is so much happening, and our SMB customers need that support. And so they have that safety net of what Pax8 can give that Microsoft will not give them directly. That is what is unique about an indirect provider. And so I'm excited because for our MSPs in North America, there is so much revenue potential for them. And there's so much opportunity for them to make a change to our SMB customers with AI, with CoPilot, and they've got partners like Pax8 right there to help them get out of the gate faster. So it's a great time.
Yep, it is. Like, I can't wait for the next step, right? So we're getting them partners and customers onboarded, AI readiness, and that's continuous. And now it's adoption. And we're looking forward for the build part, because once you've adopted something, you start building out. So we're very excited to see that with our partners in partnership with Microsoft. So thank you. And yes, if you have other tips on CoPilot, please hit me up. Let me know.
Angelica.
Thanks, Hillary.
Big thank you to Hillary Zaborski and Angelica. Great job. There were so many things that we want to touch on for that. But first, let's bring on my co-host, Kam. Thanks for jumping on today. Tell us your name, who you are, what you do at Pax8.
Kristen, what's up? Thanks for having me. Good to be back. Kam Goldman, Senior Director of Vendor Strategic Initiatives here at Pax8. I'm really excited for today's episode, not just because we're talking about AI, which my dad used to write his speech at my wedding, but because we have an incredible guest with us today.
All right, Nick Heddy, thanks so much for taking the time. We know you are busy, but tell us who you are and what you do here at Pax8.
Yes, I am Nick Heddy, and I am the Chief Commerce Officer here at Pax8.
Excellent, excellent. So we've started with this video from Hillary, and I think there's so many good things that she hit on. And she was really talking about why partners should maybe look at an indirect provider, but there's a lot of ways to purchase if you're a partner right now. And can you give us just what is your view of the options that our partners have today?
Yeah, there are a lot of options out there for partners. Indirect provider is one of them, which Pax8 sits in that category. There's also direct from vendor. Sometimes partners are sending their customers direct to the vendor. There are lots of marketplaces, lots of e-commerce stores and storefronts. So there are lots of options out there. Pax8 has consistently delivered on 3 pillars. It is that instant provisioning. When you place that order, press that button, you get your license. The inverse of that is you call somebody, they don't know why it wasn't turned on, and they don't know when it will get turned on. The other big piece is the consolidation of billing. Getting a single bill for all of your customers, for all of your vendors, that certainly simplifies and makes the billing person in your organization a lot happier. I always hear great stories around, I was considering leaving Pax8 to maybe save a point. And my billing admin person said they would quit if we moved back to where we were before. And I think our support, the value prop that delivers at a 72 NPS score, which is off the charts and no one even close, a single place to call to get a resolution to your problem, not someone who points fingers and says, hey, this wasn't me, this vendor, this was your other vendor, it's integrated wrong, and pointing fingers and getting bounced around. To be able to call somebody, and then no matter, you don't care whose fault it was, you just want the problem solved. And I think we got an amazing support team who just jumps in and helps you solve your problem like they're a member of your team. Those are the three big things I think that we've been consistent on for the decade I've been here. There's some new things also that have come out. We have over 2,000 partners now who are utilizing self-service for customers. So that big customer who has the technical capabilities within their own organization to add seats when they hire somebody, we give them that capability to log in. You can just allow them to do whatever they want, which can be dangerous, as some of us know. Or you can set it up where it sends a notification to you and it gets a QA and bounce back where you have to approve it. But I know the efficiency gains there, not having to open a ticket, is something that a lot of customers and partners are loving lately. And then, of course, at Beyond last year, we talked about all of the marketplace benefits that we're going to be delivering and that are going GA at this year's Beyond. Don't want to miss that. But these are some of the reasons while you have lots of options, we care a lot about your business and we deliver more value is my biased opinion.
A lot of value from Pax8. I like it. Over to you, Kam.
Yeah, and that marketplace, it really is a powerful tool for these MSPs. And with AI being all the buzz as we went through 2023 into the end of it, we're seeing a lot more of the implementation of it now and into this year, 2024. So how is AI influencing Pax8's business in this year?
Yes, so not only am I the president, but I am a member. I am someone who is using CoPilot right now, and I can honestly say that I can't imagine not having it anymore. I think a lot of people use it as, can you summarize this meeting? Or they use it as a search engine, and it is so much more than that. Instead of thinking of it as a search engine, think of it as a new employee, a junior analyst on your team. For somebody like myself who is absolutely Microsoft-centric, PowerPoint, Word, Excel, SharePoint, Fabric, Power BI, I feel like I can ask it anything. Summarize this meeting. Yes, it can start there. But how about summarize last week? And then prioritize my follow-up. Give me the reasons why you prioritized it this way. Any meetings next week that I could move out? And give me the logic behind that. Something you may want to tune into, Jared Spataro gives his 5 tips of the week every week, and they're pretty spot on and very useful tips. If you're using it as just a summary of meetings, which is a great and very efficient use of it, also think about Teams Premium. Teams Premium has a lot of these features, and if paying $360 up front at one time is too much for you to bite off at this time, then try that Teams Premium. That can give you some of the functionality, but I have a feeling you're going to want to take all of it for the 360. So we're leveraging it, we're selling it, we're enabling partners on how to use it, we're consuming it ourselves to provide a better support experience, to create FAQs, to get to decisions faster when people are in and out of meetings all day. So it is absolutely at the heart of everything we do. And it is just one of those generational technologies that you're going to remember where you were when AI first came out. We're going to look back and not be able to imagine life without it.
I could not agree more. And I mean, just getting my hands on it. And I think at first, your first instincts, hey, you know what? I'm in Teams all the time, right? And I think what Hillary hit on is it allows you to be more engaged. And I think those are so many great points, right? But when I'm looking at, hey, you know what other kind of functionality, right? So I think, Heddy, you did a really great job in saying these are different ways that you're utilizing it and you're cross-functionally looking at the entire Microsoft suite. And man, when we saw you can buy one single seat, just to start, right? And then I think you're spot on with let's make sure other people are also integrating, dipping their toe in with Teams Premium. But how are you feeling with the takeoff of CoPilot? I mean, we're using it. You see a lot of our partners are quickly adopting. What are your initial thoughts?
We were very excited for the launch 2 weeks ago, and it just happened to be during a Microsoft QBR. So we turned our QBR into a CoPilot launch party. And the rumor is, tough to nail down all the data, but the rumor is we are the #1 seller of CoPilot in terms of revenue and in terms of seats in the world for any indirect provider. So if you are considering a place to get the most value with your Microsoft license, I think Pax8 is that place. So excited about what this means, and Microsoft knows, and if you watch the patterns of how Microsoft launches new products, it is typically annual, but making it consumable for SMB is what is going to unlock our MSP channel, and I am hopeful that change is coming soon.
Excellent.
You always do have those insights. Nick, last time you appeared on Pax8 Live, or since you last appeared on Pax8 Live, there's been a lot of activity within the security portfolio in our marketplace. So what are you most excited about?
Yeah, I think as you continue to talk to partners and vendors, security continues to be the hottest topic. And we look at our categories and sales that are coming from it. 60% of our next logical product sales are coming from the security category. So it just continues to be something where that adoption wave is coming. I think awareness at the SMB level is more than it has ever been. SentinelOne continues to be very strong, and we are coming out with new products in that category from SentinelOne. Also, Blackpoint Cyber is new to the marketplace, so I'm very excited about that. That is a solution that layers on top of Microsoft solutions, SentinelOne solutions, and CrowdStrike solutions. And yes, last but not least, CrowdStrike. Pax8 is the only place to get a best-in-class solution from CrowdStrike in a way that is consumable. If your customer recognizes the brand from seeing George Kurtz on Mad Money, this is the only place where you can get it without having to buy 200 licenses and pay up front for it. So if you want to test it out on your 10-seat customer, 50-seat customer, 100-seat customer, we are the only place to get it monthly without having to pay up front. So that is exciting. I'm not supposed to say it's exclusive. I'll say not exclusive, but we're the only place it's consumable. How about that?
I like that.
That's
I like
great.
that.
And those are some entertaining interviews if you haven't seen them.
Right. They definitely are. And I mean, I think there's just so much value within Pax8. And I think we started to kind of scratch the surface of this. But when you're looking at how Pax8 is contributing to the partner ecosystem, like what are some different avenues that we're really just doubling down on right now?
Yes. Ecosystem, I think it's finally becoming more understood, and it absolutely was one of those buzzwords like cloud. When it came out early, nobody really understood what it meant, but an ecosystem is a group of organisms, how they work together with each other and with their surroundings. And so our ecosystem is made up of partners, vendors, and SMB customers. And what's unique about Pax8 is we're focusing on the value that we can deliver to each of those, not without partners, to help partners deliver more value that is right in front of and obvious to their customers. So providing a better experience, enabling partners to provide that better experience, and finding easier ways for vendors, partners, customers to all have an information share, not identifiable information, but what are the trends that are happening? What are the next logical products that you should be suggesting to your customers based on what they're consuming or what their behaviors are? And so I think data is going to be the key to all of this, and leveraging that big data, which is quickly becoming the oil in our industry. Pax8 wants to be known as the refinery, and I think CoPilot is a great delivery mechanism for those insights.
Absolutely.
To some extent, I see Pax8 as kind of the terraform of this ecosystem, right? So we're kind of going through this monumental shift right now. Pax8 is evolving. We're becoming this marketplace. I'm not going to say where we were coming from. That's kind of been a bad word lately. But Nick, how do you see this marketplace evolution that's going to drive broader value into the ecosystem?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it just to reference what we are not. When Pax8 came out 12 years ago, we came out as a cloud commerce marketplace. And we believe we've always been a cloud commerce marketplace. And finally, people are beginning to understand what that actually means. We are not a distributor. And I just want to get that out there. And I have been stopping people lately, or when we get an award, I'm as politely as possible. Thank you. Yes, we're disruptive to that category, but we are not that. We are a cloud commerce marketplace. And I think the innovation that we stood on stage last year and promised to our partners, and that we are going to deliver this year in June, register for Beyond, come to the party, amazing speakers, amazing entertainment. It is going to be one of those moments. I think what Pax8 has always done, we are the partner's partner. We are the champions of the underdog. We are an underdog right alongside you, and we are taking the world's best technologies, democratizing it, making it consumable for our managed service providers, their small to mid-sized business customers. And so I really feel like we are changing the world. We are making it a better place because technology is at the center of all business. And you heard Hillary say earlier that 99% of businesses are SMB, and we are taking that great technology, enterprise grade, and we are putting it in the hands of small business, those underdogs like us, so that they can transform. So the marketplace evolution is coming.
That is awesome. We
Love
are
it.
all so excited too. But I mean, we talk a lot about SMB, and with so many SMBs that are out there, what makes Pax8 just an easy destination for SMB in particular?
Yeah, I think how a lot of companies start is, okay, let's turn the "we're open for business" sign on and hope business comes in. The easiest way to get enough revenue to grow your business is to go win a couple enterprise customers. Pax8 never did that, so we had to solve for those small business challenges and for those two-tier small business challenges, which is incredibly complex. Our partners have customers who are 200, 150, 10, 5, and lots of one-seat customers who also deserve some of the best technology, but this is all we do. So I would say by having that focus, it has become our superpower. We understand it better than any other place that you can get this technology. It is what we deal with every day. We were a small business not that long ago, and so it's all we think about. It's all we talk to partners about. It's all we talk to vendors about. Some of the challenges on the vendor side is if they went to market first serving that enterprise, often they don't know the challenges of SMB. Oftentimes we have to help to educate and enable our vendors who want to reach into that SMB ecosystem. And we have been able to do that successfully with lots of different vendors. And so I would say it is our superpower because it's all we think about every day.
It sure is. Nick, with all these changes that are happening, what advice do you have for partners that want to further engage with Pax8, want to understand more about how they can ride along with us as we make these changes?
Yeah, I would say there is a fierce urgency now. You don't want to sit back and wait for your competitors to get the leg up using AI. This is moving so fast. This is transforming the way people do business so fast. You do not want to be a laggard here. This is a way to add value to existing customers, a way to demonstrate that you are a technology consulting with new customers you're trying to win. AI is that sizzle that we have not had in a long time. So leverage it as the powerful tool that it is, but it is right now.
100%. And it's funny, in the chat I'm monitoring over here, somebody's doubling down on SMB. So being here with Britain says SMB has a chance to start smart when they work with a partner because we see them give best in class service regardless of the seat count. I think that just kind of really speaks to Pax8's value all up. And I mean, Nick, we're early 2024. If you're looking at a partner right now, what is your best advice as we start out this year?
I mean, this whole show has been about security and AI, and I think those two are a very, very powerful combination. And if you're struggling with what your next step should be, one, get into our community, get into the enablement we provide, and if you want something a little further out, maybe 5 months out, please come to Beyond, because that is going to be the focus. Security and AI, when done right, is a powerful combination, and Pax8 is the place for SMB, MSP to take advantage of it. So again, a fierce urgency now, AI and security together, Pax8 is the place.
It's awesome. Nick, short interview today just because of timing, but before we let you go, I do have one curveball for you. The news reports from Beyond it last year, true or false, Nick Heddy was signing autographs on skateboards at Beyond 2023.
Yeah, there have been a lot of humbling moments. Hosting SKOs in London, hosting SKOs in Bali, Indonesia, and yes, signing autographs at Beyond was something that made me feel silly. But I definitely love it, and I love just the energy that comes from our partners and the innovation that we're delivering together.
All right,
Absolutely.
The record is set straight. Thanks, Nick. It's been such a great show having you here. As far as moving forward next week, what else do you want to see from Technically Unraveled? Let us know in the comments. We're going to be talking to Ryan Wall from Valamail. We're going to be talking about the new requirements from Google about email marketing here on YouTube Thursdays, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Thank you all.